Hello, what is up you guys? So if you saw my makeup collection video, I let you know that I will probably be doing a makeup declutter. So this is she. I've been decluttering a lot from my life recently and it's felt amazing. So this is just a continuation of me decluttering more things in my life, including my makeup collection. Makeup collection. So without further ado, let's get started. Alright you guys, so I'm going to be starting with the only drawer on this side that has makeup, and it has some eyeshadow palettes. So eyeshadow palettes are going to be tough for me because I love so many of them, but let's try to get through this. So up first I have this Too Faced Pineapple palette. I actually really adore this palette. The colors are perfection. I just don't use it a lot because it's a small palette. And I'm trying really hard to not keep things around and not collecting things unless I am using them, and it feels good to declutter, so I am going to part ways with this, unfortunately. Next is this Vizi Art Palette, and the quality of Vizi Art shadows is amazing. Back in the day, they were known as some of the best quality shadows out there. I got this in a subscription box. I could never actually afford the palettes myself. They were so expensive, but I will say I got it and I barely ever use it. Probably because it's all matte and I usually don't like having to reach somewhere else for a shimmer. I don't mind it, but it's not my favorite thing and I tend to not use this. So even though I finally was able to get the shadows that I feel like I couldn't get for so long, I'm gonna be decluttering this. Now these three ColourPop palettes I'm 100% keeping. I have the Baby Yoda one. These greens are stunning. I don't just like it for the packaging. This is Lizzie McGuire, 100% keeping this. Again, this is more so for the packaging, but I can't help it. Lizzie McGuire is everything, and Sweet Talk is one of my favorite ColourPop palettes, so I have to keep all three of these. I'm going to be parting ways with this one. This is the Batman palette. I got it for the packaging. I don't use it. I don't use the colors, and I do have a highlighter in this packaging, so I think I can part ways with the eyeshadow palette. This is the Warrior by Juvia's Place. It is a gorgeous palette. I think I'm going to put it in the maybe pile for now. This Transition palette by Dominique Cosmetics is gorgeous. It has basically every transition shade that you might need. I just really don't use it, so I think I'm gonna let go of this one. This is my Jaclyn Hill palette. I don't use this. I used to use this. This was like everyone's all-time favorite palette back in the day in the makeup community, and I just don't use it anymore, and it's a big palette, so I'm gonna part ways with this. I feel like I'm doing pretty good. I did not think I was gonna declutter like any palettes, but honestly, I am ready for a good spring cleaning vibe. And that is it for this drawer. So far, the only for sure keeps are these three ColourPop palettes. So this first drawer up here has a lot of eyeshadow palettes. I don't think I'm going to be getting rid of much from here because these are my favorite formulas. So I have my Riviera palette, which I'm 100% keeping. Same with my Sultry palette. These are my favorite. Like the formula of Anastasia Beverly Hills shadows is amazing. The only one of these that I think I can part ways with right now is the Modern Renaissance. I have used up the shades that I love the most, and this one right here has similar shades in it, so I think it's just time to let go of this. Also, it might be very much expired. So I'm definitely keeping this one. Like I said, similar colors to the Modern Renaissance. Also, the packaging is exquisite. This one I can never get rid of. I think this is literally the prettiest palette in my collection. This Norvina palette, this is volume 3. This is more recent to my collection, so I'm going to be keeping it. I don't have fun colors like this, and spring and summer is coming, so I definitely want to play around with this. This is the Naked Honey palette. I'm going to put this in the maybe pile. I absolutely love this palette. I just mostly use it for this color, so I don't know if it's worth keeping the whole thing because I do have greens in the ColourPop Baby Yoda palette, so I'm going to put this in the maybe for now. Alright, let's move on next door. So this has a bunch more eyeshadow palettes in here. I do love my Tartelette palettes, so these are staying. I think these look really good on my eyes, so I have to keep both. This one I bought for the packaging, but I actually do think the colors suit me really well. It doesn't bring me joy. It's as simple as that. I love this palette, I love the packaging, but when I open it, I don't get happy. So I'm just gonna part ways with this. This is one of my all-time favorite palettes. This is discontinued now. This is a Tati Beauty palette. I am 100% keeping this. This is my Born to Run by Urban Decay. I wanted this for the theme, for what it represents. I love traveling. This is a gorgeous palette. But I just don't use these colors. All the darker fun colors are shimmers, which is not my favorite kind of shade, and I just don't think I will use this palette too much. So I cannot believe I'm doing this because I seriously, like, this palette makes me so happy packaging wise, but I just don't use it and I don't want to use it, so it's time. Over here I have my Just Peachy Mattes, which I actually really like these colors. I wish it had some shimmers in here, but it's a very pretty palette. I'm gonna put it in the maybe for now. This is my Chocolate Bonbon palette. I am not getting rid of this. This is like the first high-end palette that I ever got. I still use it to this day, so I am keeping it for now. This is the Chocolate Gold. Again, one of my favorite palettes. It's perfect. You get every shade you need, and then you get to pop a glitter on top, so I am definitely keeping this for now. This is Too Faced, the Born This Way palette. I think this palette is stunning, but again, it doesn't bring me joy when I open it. So I think I can honestly let this go, which is crazy to me. I used to collect these palettes. I was so excited about getting this one, but yeah, I don't get happy, so I can get rid of it. This is my Natural Eyes palette by Too Faced. This I am keeping for now. I think these shades are gorgeous and the packaging is gorgeous. This is the matte version of that palette, and this one I think I can get rid of because I prefer shimmers and I don't want to reach to another palette for the shimmers. And I already have the shimmery version, so I don't need this one. Okay, this drawer right here has a bunch of my face palettes and things like that. Let's try to go through this quick. This is the Barbie ColourPop. This is a highlighter. I actually like this, so I don't know. I'm gonna keep it for now. This I'm gonna put in the maybe pile. This is a bronzer from Too Faced. I haven't really used it a lot. It does pull kind of orange, so I'll have to test it out on my skin. I'm just gonna put it on the maybe for now. This Natasha Denona Diamond and Blush palette I think is the prettiest palette ever, including the packaging. I will say I can only really use the blushes. Everything else might look good on camera, but not in real life, so I think I'm just going to declutter this guy. This Barbie Blush Kit, all these blushes are gorgeous. It's like every color you might need, but it doesn't bring me joy. So I'm gonna put this in the maybe pile for now. This I'm 100% keeping. This is a Too Faced kind of blush highlighter palette that I absolutely adore. This is my best contour shade from KVD Beauty, so definitely keeping this. I adore this Park Avenue Princess palette. These are a bunch of shades that I wish I had back in the day, so this is just nostalgic to me, and the packaging is gorgeous, so definitely keeping this. This is my glow kit from Anastasia Beverly Hills. These are some of my favorite highlighters of all time, formula-wise. Very smooth, so definitely keeping this. This is a bronzer from Too Faced. It is a puppy. I'm gonna put it in the maybe pile. I honestly haven't used this much, which I'm really sad about because I was saving it because it's pretty packaging, but like, why haven't I tried it to see if it works, you know? But I'm gonna put it in the maybe pile. This Cali Contour palette, I've heard great things about it, which is why I bought it, but honestly, I don't really use it and it doesn't bring me joy, so I'm gonna get rid of it. This Too Faced Cocoa Contour palette is so fun. It looks like chocolate. I barely use it, and honestly, the formula's a little bit dry, so I'm going to get rid of this. This Hourglass palette was expensive, so I am keeping it. Also, these products are really good. I just wish it wasn't so small, but I have to keep this. This Natural Too Faced face palette, 100% keeping. It has 2 highlighters, 2 bronzers, 2 blushes, everything you want and more. In this drawer, we just have some basics like that I use every day. These are all concealers. I'm gonna keep all of them because I do go through them. This is my butter bronzer. I have used it a lot. There's other bronzers that I love more now, so I am going to get rid of this. I barely use this powder, but there's other ones that I want to use more, so I will get rid of this. This is a primer that I've used once or twice, but I'm not excited to use it, so I am going to part ways with it. These Cover FX drops are amazing as a highlighter, but honestly, they're really old, so it's time to get rid of them. This is a purpley shade for the Stila Glitter and Glow shadows, and I just don't like it as much as my other one, so I'm gonna get rid of this one. These glitters I'm just never gonna use, so I'm gonna get rid of them. This Pixie primer I just don't think I'm gonna use anytime soon, so I think I'm gonna get rid of this. My camera cut out, but this is everything that I'm getting rid of from this drawer. Alright, this is my bronzers, blushes, and highlighters. So I love my original Too Faced Milk Chocolate bronzer, so I'm definitely keeping that one. This is the darker version for when I am tan, but these are pretty old and the packaging is old, so if anything, I will probably grab the newer version of this. So I'm going to declutter this. This is the Sun Bunny one. Again, this is a little old, so I'm going to be decluttering this. I love this Unicorn Tears bronzer. I had to repress it, but I am keeping this for sure. This pineapple one, I don't know. This is a little newer. I think I'm gonna keep this in the maybe pile. This Sweetie Pie one, I am going to be decluttering. I just don't really like blushing bronzers for some reason. This Chocolate Gold is newer to my collection, so I'm 100% keeping this guy. This is the Sweet Tea bronzer, keeping this for sure. This Anastasia Beverly Hills bronzer is just way too dark for me. There's no use in keeping it. Balm Desert Blushing Bronzer. Again, don't really like blushing bronzers, so I'm gonna get rid of this. This is Bahama Mama. I finally got this in my life, so this is staying. This Milk kind of lip and cheek tint I am going to get rid of. This Ciate London blush, it just doesn't spark joy. Simple as that, so I'm gonna get rid of this. I'm gonna keep this Too Faced blush. These are so pretty. I'm also gonna be keeping both of these blushes. They're just such gorgeous blushes. 100% keeping this Hourglass one. The formula of these is outstanding. And I'm keeping both of these blushes as well. I am for sure keeping my Hoola bronzer. Of course, I'm keeping my Lizzie McGuire blush. So stunning. Honestly, I was gonna keep this because it's Batman, but I just, like, it's a nice highlighter, but it doesn't bring me joy, so I'm gonna get rid of this. This Laura Geller highlighter is one of my favorites, so definitely keeping that. This highlighter in Cookie is gorgeous, definitely keeping that. I have my Mary Luminizer that I'm definitely keeping, and I'm also gonna be keeping this Too Faced Heart one as well. In the back there, I have two bronzers. I have this Lumi L'Oreal bronzer, which I've heard amazing things about, but it just doesn't make me happy, so I'm getting rid of this. This Too Faced Natural bronzer is so freaking beautiful. It's gorgeous. I'm gonna put this in the maybe pile. I'm not gonna lie, this drawer feels so much better. I've never had enough room to have a separate section for highlighters, blushes, and bronzers, so very proud of this. So these are all my foundations, and I don't think I'll be getting rid of much here just because I love trying out new foundations. I think I can get rid of this. I don't really care for this or want to use it. Same with the Dream Cushion foundation. I can get rid of both of these. Everything else in here I do want to keep trying out, so I won't be getting rid of any of these. This drawer has lip products. Oh my gosh. These are going to have to wait for another day because I have a hard time with lip products. I collect them. I like them. I would have to wear them to make sure I don't, want to keep or get rid of anything. If you want me to film me going through this, please let me know, but that is being saved. And in here is some powders and face sprays. I will be keeping all of these. This is my all-nighter powder. I don't know. I'm gonna put this in the maybe pile. This coconut one from Ciate London. Did I even open this? This is still a brand new closed powder, so I'm gonna be getting rid of this. And I'm gonna be keeping these three, the two Too Faced ones and the Huda Beauty one, which means I could probably get rid of this all-nighter one. Alright you guys, so that pile is everything I'm getting rid of. I'm pretty proud of it. Nothing that I see there is something that I'll be really sad about losing. Also, if you hear crunching, that's my doggo. She's having a snack. This is everything in the maybe pile, so I'm gonna go through that. I think I'm gonna get rid of all three of these. None of them really excite me. This I do like when I want a really intense highlighter, but it just doesn't make me happy anymore. So I think despite the fact that I have use for this, I'm gonna get rid of this. This is another bronzer that I'm just not sure if I should get rid of, but I am going to. I'm gonna be getting rid of this one. It's just a little too orange for me. I'm gonna get rid of this. As cool as it is to have all these shades, I reach for other ones more than this. I'm gonna be getting rid of this Just Peachy Mattes palette. I think I'm gonna keep this Juvia's Place one for a little longer, and same with this Naked palette. Just gonna play around with these a little more. All right, you guys, this is my dog and everything that I'm decluttering. Let me know what you think. Yes, I know. All right. Is this a dog playing video or a declutter? I don't know. Thank you guys so much for watching. Let me know what other things you'd like to see me declutter, what other videos you want, and I will see you in my next video. Bye, guys.